Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at the Vanguard High Dividend Yield Index Fund. It's a popular one, goes by ticker symbol VYM. We're going to do an overview of it, just a quick surface level overview, just to let you know what's in it, the sectors involved, dividend growth, all that good stuff. So thanks for joining me. Like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and let's get into it. So right here in front of you is my Fidelity website. I wish it was my Fidelity website. I probably wouldn't be making YouTube videos, right? But this is Fidelity brokerage. And I have up here VYM, the Vanguard High Dividend Yield Index Fund. And it's classified as a large value equity ETF, currently trading for $112.11 at the time of this recording. Net assets under management as of November 30th, $39.19 billion. Distribution yield trailing 12 months, 2.8%. So it's a little on the low end historically. Net expense ratio of 0.06%. So very, very cheap to own. Price performance for 52 weeks up 22.5%, and later on in the video we'll look at what it's done in the past 10 years. So unfortunately, Vanguard prospectus, the index that this ETF tracks, there's not a whole lot of information on it, right? I believe that Vanguard has a custom FTSE, I call it FTSE, High Dividend Yield Index. Now, there's a FTSE US High Dividend Yield Index, but I don't believe that's what this is. There's a couple other ones as well, but there is no index under the FTSE website, index website, that shows exactly what this index that Vanguard follows here. So it's very generic. It just says it measures the investment return of common stocks of companies that are characterized by high dividend yield. So it's very bland and uninformative. That being said, Vanguard has done very well with this fund. Like we can see here, this is the US High Dividend Yield Index. And I don't believe this is the one, because, you know, they would say so if that's the case. But I would believe that they do follow the dividend characteristics here. So if we look at dividend yields, they remove all real estate investment trusts, remove all stocks that are not currently paying a dividend. And here's the kicker. Additional proprietary screens are also applied. So there's some little bit of secrecy going on behind the scenes. So let's just dig into VYM a little bit more. If we like to see VYM, I like to look at the fund's weighted price to earnings. And currently VYM is considered a value fund. Its price to earnings trailing 12 months is 16.9, which is pretty low. If you remember yesterday's video, we were doing VIG. If you missed that, check that one out. And it had a price to earnings trailing 12 months of over 23. So a little bit more on the value side here. And let's take a look at the portfolio composition here. Let that load up. And we'll see top 10 holdings. It does have 413 holdings in the ETF. Top 10 consists of 24% of the ETF. And those top 10 holdings are JP Morgan Chase at 3.5%, Home Depot at 3%, J&J at 3%, Procter & Gamble at 2.5%, Bank of America at 2.5%, Pfizer at 2.25%, ExxonMobil at 1.9%, Cisco at 1.75%, Comcast at 1.75%, and Avgo at 1.6%. 97% of the fund is in North America, 2% in Europe, and a little bit scattered among Asia and Latin America. The market cap breakdown of the ETF, you got almost 76% in large cap companies, 19.4% in mid cap companies, 4% in small cap, and 0.5% in micro cap. And Morningstar rates this as a large value fund. So as far as sector weightings, this one is heavy in financials at 22.3%. Healthcare comes in second at 13.3%. Consumer staples at 13.2%. Information technology at 10.9%. Industrials at 8.7%. Utilities at 7.5%. Energy at 7.2%, consumer discretionary 6.8%, communication services 5%, materials 4.7%, and real estate at 0.02%. So not very much in real estate. So if you wanted exposure to real estate and you wanted to own this fund, maybe you'd want to do a separate investment into a real estate investment trust individually or through an ETF. So let's go ahead and take a look at the dividends here with the Vanguard High Dividend Yield ETF. And currently we're going to use Seeking Alpha for that. And currently they list it at a 2.76% dividend yield. Trailing 12-month dividend growth rate of 6.54%. That just means that the dividend received this year is 6.54% higher than it was the year before. And the dividend growth over 3 years averages 5.33%. Sorry, that was 3 years. 5 years averages almost 7%, over 7%. And the 10-year compounded annual growth rate for the dividend is 8.84%. So pretty darn good. Consecutive years of dividend growth is sitting at 11 years. And consecutive years of dividend payments at 14 years. So very nice, consistent dividend growth here with VYM. Now let's take a look at the performance over the past 10 years. And we're going to compare it to the SPY because that's pretty much what everybody likes to benchmark everything to. So we'll do that. We'll go from January 2012, January 1st, 2012 to January 2nd, 2022. Give you 10 years there. We'll chart that, let that populate. And we'll see the Vanguard gave you a 12.87% average annual return with dividends reinvested over 10 years. And the SPY gave you 16.27%. So definitely underperformed the SPY, but in my opinion, you don't get into these dividend ETFs for growth. You get them to them for more for income. You might get excited over the dividend payment every quarter or something like that. And also sometimes a lot of these dividend ETFs have a little less volatility than the overall market. So that's kind of some of the reasons why you'd want to get into some of these as opposed to just being all into SPY. So I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned. We're going to have more of these coming up. Like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Leave me a comment down below. And you guys have a great one. Thanks. Bye-bye. I am not a financial advisor. The information contained in this video is for entertainment and informational purposes only. It is not intended to be investment advice. Please seek a licensed professional for any investment, tax, or legal advice. Thank you.